What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the Boxing Clinic. We grinding, and Keith Thurman, says that Terence Crawford got to be relevant at welterweight before they can fight, and he's absolutely right. And I understand that guys that are the number one guy at their former weight division, and that's moving up, usually can move up and fight the number one guy at the other weight class. But in this circumstance, it's definitely a no, dog. My Randy Jackson voice. I say it's a no because, for one, Terence Crawford competition at 140 pounds and 135 pounds wasn't the best. Victor Postal was his best win of his career. No, dog. I'm just saying no. He got to do something at welterweight. Now, if he had like a star-studded, all right, for example, this is strictly for example. Now, if he was at 147 pounds and he rapes through the competition, he beats Errol Spence, beats Keith Thurman, and becomes the number one welterweight, and then he wants to move up and face the number one junior middleweight, let's say it's Arizona De Lara, and get a shot, then I say yeah, because you have legitimacy at 147, and you have star power as well. I'm not saying Crawford isn't legit, but it's still questions out there about how really good he is when he goes up against other elite competition. He has not went against anybody that's close to his skill level, in my opinion. And most of the guys he's fought, he's had a size advantage over. Let it be height and reach, or just rehydrating overnight. And he got to prove his worth at 147. And now, if he had a star-studded division to rock over at 140 and 135 and 140, and then he can, shoot for the top gun at 147, then yeah. In the example I gave, yeah, then it works that way, because not only does he bring, skills and skills and star power at that point to the table, he brings revenue. If he beats guys like Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, and then potentially wants to move up, this is just an example, and fight the big guy at 154. The guy at 54 is going to oblige him off the rip because, simple fact, it's a big money fight. But Crawford doesn't bring big revenue in. He's not been promoted right, and not just that, it's just that he got to get the big fights. He got to get the 50-50 fights, and he hasn't. The closest 50-50 fight he had was Victor Postal, and most people in America, if you ask them, wouldn't know who Victor Postal is. So it's really going to be his time to shine at 147 pounds versus Keith Thurman, in my opinion. In the rest of the division, if he conquers that division, there's no way you can't say that he's not number one pound for pound over anybody else in the sport, but right now, my pound for pound number one is vacant. I think Terence Crawford has a good opportunity to reach and take that, but, he got a long road to go, and the road that he has to go isn't as easy as you guys think it is. It's not, the hard part isn't even getting in the ring fighting for him, he can beat anybody on any given night. I think he can beat Keith Thurman. I think I would favor Crawford to beat Keith Thurman. With an asterisk, I have to see how he looks at welterweight. Most people think he's just going to translate the welterweight like he did at 135 to 140, 147. But that 7-pound leap is gigantic. And I hear it all the time. It's one of the hardest leaps to make in moving up in weight in boxing, But it's just not the fights that's not hard. It's his promoter willing to make the fights. And them losing Jesse Vargas this year and losing Timothy Bradley this year, really the only thing they got at 147 top rank is Konstantin Pulimov and Terence Crawford. So Bob Arum's going to have to hash out deals with Al Heyman to make these fights happen for Terence Crawford. They want to get him to fight Jeff Horn next year. Jeff Horn seems like he don't want to go that route. He want to go to the big revenue route. He called out Conor McGregor. They're trying to hash out a deal with Conor McGregor, which will work for Conor McGregor, for the simple fact that, that fight can bring him the money that UFC can't bring him. Potentially less, Dana White shares a larger part of the pie with Conor McGregor, which I really don't see that happening. But it could. He's the biggest star over there. But, that's what they want to do. And if that happens, Jeff Horn doesn't have no plans of fighting Terence Crawford anytime soon. I don't know how many options Bob Arum has on Jeff Horn, but I see Jeff Horn protecting that belt over there. It's going to take a lot to get Jeff Horn to come get that belt up. And for Terence Crawford, that's bad news, because that means he doesn't have an opportunity to do anything in the division as far as getting the belt before he goes up and gets Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. And he will not get Keith Thurman or Errol Spence before those two fight. So, you know, basically he's going to have to go through the ringer, basically, to prove his respect. And he might have to do a deal with PBC or something of that nature to fight, you know, to move up and get that shot at that number one guy. You know, only way he gets a shot at Keith Thurman or Errol Spence if it's an injury, you know, and it's now on the line because Danny Garcia, Sean Porter going to get their shot, you know, if they want it. And, you know, then you kill Brooks back in the equation. So we see how it pans out for Terence Crawford. We going